Hello everyone, welcome to Learn with Lisa. Myself Lisa. I have completed my MSc in the subject of physics. So let's start the class. Before we start the class, first we have remember what we have already learnt. Yesterday class we had learned that is the types of sentence, and types of sentences divided into 4 types based on the meaning, that is declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. We was already learned with describe and examples. So today's class we will be divided, that is the sentence that is the based on the structure. Based on the structure, the sentences is how much type divide and what is this example and what is the criteria of that we will be learn. Let's get started. Types of sentence. Here is the important, that is the based on structure. We was learning the based on meaning. The sentence is 4 types: imperative, declarative, interrogative and exclamatory. So today we will be learn based on the structure, that is the sentence is also 4 types, that is simple, compound, complex and compound complex. Then first of all we have to know what is clause. Clause I was learning you, that is clause is nothing at all, that is subject and verb arrangement with one subject and one verb, that is called clause. So I was also learning that is different type of clause, that is 2 types, that is one is independent and second one is dependent. First is independent clause is 2 types, that is independent clause and dependent clause. Independent clause is that clause it exists without any other help of dependent clause, but dependent clause is that clause it helps to exist independent clause. It is the differentiation of independent and dependent clause. Then we will be discuss, that is it made with the clause. Sentence is always made with the clause. The clause is subject and verb arrangement. I was learning you, that is sentence is that is the combination of word combined together, that is called sentence. It shows something meaning. But clause is that is the subject verb arrangement, and if it gives complete meaning, that is called clause. And any sentence is made up of with an clause. So clause is 2 types, that is independent and dependent clause. Then every sentences is made with clause. So in the basis it may be one clause, it may be 2 clause, it may be dependent clause, it may be independent clause. So it divided into in the base of the clause of the arrangement, and also the based on the structure, the sentence is divided into 4 parts, that is simple, compound, complex and compound complex. First we will be discuss about simple sentence. Simple sentence is that it only one independent clause is joined with the sentence. Only one independent clause. Second is shows complete meaning. First one is only one independent clause is here. Second is it shows complete meaning. Third is no dependent clause is added. And we will be take one example. So that is the I bought a new home. It is one of the example. Then second example is he goes to the gym every day. This is the simple sentence. Simple sentence is that only one independent clause is here. Here is only one independent clause is here. Then second is shows the complete meaning. It shows complete meaning. Third one is no dependent clause. Here nothing is the dependent clause. So it satisfies the 3 criteria. So it is called simple sentence. Then we will be move the second type of sentences, that is the compound sentence. Compound sentence is that sentence 2 or more dependent clauses added. Second is joined by the coordinating conjunction. Conjunction we are learning, that is conjunction is that is it joined together, join the 2 sentence to noun, it is called conjunction. So conjunction is that and for, but, it, so it is all are the conjunction. So it is coordinating with, it joined by the coordinating conjunction. Third is no dependent clause is here. It is the criteria of compound sentences. First is 2 or more dependent clauses here. Second, joined by the coordinating clause. Third is no dependent clause is here. So example, that is I helped and he got happy. And is here coordinating clauses. And is here coordinating clauses. And got happy. It is the two or more dependent clause is here, two or more dependent clause is here, and is here subordinating coordinating conjunction. And second one is he is sick yet he is working. It is one is dependent clause, another dependent clause, here is the coordinating clauses, so it is called compound sentence. Okay, then we will be moved, that is the third type, that is the complex sentences. It is very important, we have to learn carefully. Firstly, one independent clause, second is at least two and dependent clause. One independent clause with dependent clauses here, then joined by the subordinating clauses, that is although, since, when, unless. It is called the subordinating clauses. Here is the coordinating conjunction, here is the subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction is that although, since, when, unless. Here is the subordinating conjunction. In the complex sentences, here subordinating clauses are here. Then it is joined by the relative pronoun. Relative pronoun I was learning, that is the that, whom, which. If WH question is related with the pronoun, that is called relative pronoun. So that, who, which also joined in the sentence. Third, let's take the example, that is, she wearing a skirt which looks awesome. It means which is your relative clause, and this is the two dependent clause. Then we will learn what is or more criteria here to relate the complex sentence. A complex sentence begins with an independent clause and it is not used between the clause. It always started with a independent clause. Example, he scored well in the exam although he was sick. Even if he is ill, but although he was scoring good marks in the exam. Although is here subordinating clause, and it is all about the complex sentences. Next we will be moved the compound complex sentences. Compound complex sentences, at least two independent clauses here and at least one dependent clause is here in the compound complex sentences. We take one example. He went to the college, I went to the market where I brought a book. He went to the college, but I went to the market where I bought the book. Here is the two independent clauses here and one dependent clause is here. It satisfies the condition of the compound complex sentences, so it is called compound complex sentences. I like accounting, but my brother like biology because he want to be a doctor. It has also a two independent clause and one dependent clause, so it is also in the categories of compound complex sentences. It's all about the types of sentences based on the structure. Let's recap what we have already learned. First we had already learned, that is the types of sentences and what is the clause. Clause is nothing at all, that is subject verb arrangement, and it shows complete meaning, that is called clause. So clause is two type, that is independent and dependent clause. Next we was learning, that is the base of the sentence structure and also the base of the clause, that is that sentence is divided into four types, that is simple, compound, complex and compound complex sentences. Simple sentences nothing at all, it only independent clause, and compound sentences are two or more dependent clause, and complex sentences it is very important, so it is the relative clause should be here and also the subordinating conjunction should be here, so it is called the complex sentences. And compound complex sentences is that is at least two independent clause have to here, one dependent clause to here. It is called the compound complex sentences. It all about the sentences. We was already learned, that is the base of the sentences in the meaning and base of the sentences in the structure. These are the 8 types of the sentence. And we will be learn in the next class, that is the different types of sentences, how it will be convert to another sentences. So if you like my video, please share and subscribe, and also if you don't see my videos before, so please recheck those videos and revise that, so you will be benefit for that. Thanks.